How do labs even function? Hi, I'm Shivani Mehta, your resident research expert at MedSchoolCoach and author of the book Demystifying Research for Pre-Medical Students. Today we will talk about lab structures and their various organizational roles. I get questions all the time about who does what in a lab. Knowing these things can give you clarity when you enter a lab space. It also gives you the knowledge on who to reach out to when you have questions. Our goal is to make sure that when you are in a lab space, you will work fluidly with the rest of the lab. We want you to feel comfortable so that you have the footing to succeed. Let's start with the principal investigator, or PI for short. The PI is the head of the lab. They have spent years doing research and earned a reputation for their ideas, discoveries, and publications. Because of their hard work, the university has given them a lab to further create ideas and explore them. It's like they are the head of a startup whose mission is to answer unanswered questions. The PI will make final decisions about research projects and has many projects running at the same time. PIs in large labs may not have time to meet with their undergraduate students often and usually delegate these tasks to one or many people working under them. Next, we have the lab manager. The lab manager is directly in charge of the logistical aspects of the project that are running in the lab. They work directly under the PI and are given the task of making sure the day-to-day of each project is running smoothly and they are moving forward according to the PI's timeline. They can also head weekly meetings, manage funding, and manage the jobs of other researchers such as you in the lab. They are essentially the right-hand man or woman of the PI and the liaison to the PI for the rest of the lab members. Any small questions you have about the study can be directed at them. Next, we have the postdoctoral fellow, or postdoc for short. The postdoctoral fellow is the researcher that has finished their PhD or MD and is looking to focus solely on research for 1 or more years. They're extremely knowledgeable in their field and have years of experience in grant writing, conducting research projects, and publishing. The PI has now taken them under their wings for advanced mentorship so they can eventually reach that same level as the PI. These fellows are put in charge of new projects or ongoing ones. On a similar note, some labs may also have graduate students or med students. A graduate student is currently pursuing their PhD, master's, or MD and is working with the PI to learn research skills and get mentorship, finish a thesis or project required for their degree, and build their resume for their next career steps. These students have less research experience than postdoc students, but may have more time to help you with your project, teach you skills, and give you advice on your undergrad experience because they were just in your shoes. And finally, where do you exist in this hierarchy? You are the research assistant. The research assistant is an undergrad or postgrad student. They are tasked with helping the lab manager, postdoc, graduate student, and statistician on any tasks they need. These tasks include study design, data collection, organization, analysis, and project dissemination. As the research assistant builds new skills, they will be delegated more tasks. We want to make sure to say, this is not an all-inclusive list. Every lab is different and may have only some of these positions. But we hope that when you are armed with this information, you are able to understand the role juxtaposed next to everyone else's role. As you advance more in the lab, this information helps teach you the specific skills you need. So are you ready to work in a lab? You will see in the next video, there are many components to a project like the ones that I just briefly mentioned, and growing as a researcher means acquiring more skills. So thank you for watching, and see you again soon.